I am Shafi Najwa, and for the next stock analysis, I will assist you on AEON Corporation stock. Before I proceed, here is a little overview about the company. AEON is now familiar among people in terms of retailing industry or credit fund company. It was located in Mihamaku, Chiba. AEON provides variety line of service and product at the same time. It fulfills human needs. Furthermore, AEON is known as the largest retailer in Asia and also listed under Bursa Malaysia. Dear all, now let's take a look at the stock trend as at 27 May 2022. From here, I will share some information to help you as the investor in order to make investment decision. The first one is moving average indicator. Dear investor, moving average help you to analyze the market trend of the stock. According to the graph, you can see that AEON is entered a bullish market starting in February until May 2022. However, if you take a look on the last few days of May, it's giving a picture that the stock is going to enter the bearish market. Therefore, for investors who already hold this stock, I suggest you to sell it before the price drop. You can sell the stock when the line of the moving average is intersect with the price line. For investors who wish to buy the stock, please wait for a little more time until the buying signal exists. As at 27 May 2022, there is no buying signal exists. Next one, let's move to moving average convergence divergence or MACD. As mentioned before, if you wish to buy or sell the stock, please sell and buy when the MACD line cross with the signal line and the cross must fall above the overbought or below the oversold line. Based on the graph on 27 May 2022, there is no signal to buy or sell the stock. However, if we are looking on the line trend, it indicates the buying signal. So dear investor, again, please wait until the buying signal exists before you decide to invest in this stock. Dear investor, I will move to the third indicator, which is known as rate of change ROC. ROC is being used to identify the price momentum of the stocks. Based on the AEON stock graph, the fluctuation of ROC is appeared, but the signal to buy or sell the stock is not very strong. If we are looking carefully, actually the selling signal exists, but it was too weak because the line of ROC and ROCNA is crossed and just touch the overbought line. It does not cross the overbought line. So, I recommend that all the investors to wait for buying signal in the future later. As at 27 May, buying signal does not exist. Alright, please be with me for the next indicator explanation, Relative Strength Index RSI. In short, RSI functions to determine the overbought and oversold line. It also helps you as investors to decide whether to buy, sell, or hold the stock. Basically, when RSI line falls above 70%, there is a selling signal. Meanwhile, when it falls below 30%, buying signal will take place. Let's take a glance at the graph on RSI indicator. At 27 May 2022, the line takes place below 30%. In this time, I suggest you, the investor, please buy the stock because it can be considered as the right time to perform the buying activities. The current price is RM147 If you decided not to buy at the gate, it's fine. You can still wait until the line to move more deeper down to get the best and low price of the stock. Dear all investors, I have reached my last point and this will be the last indicator I explain to assist you on making decision on AEON stock. Stochastic, used to compare the closing price of stock over a specific time period. If you look at the graph, there is three lines which indicates K, D and small d line. When these lines intersect one another and fall over or below 80% and 20%, the signal of buying and selling is exists. As at 27 May 2022, I advise you to buy the stock since the D line and the smooth D line intersect and fall below 20%. After that, if you decided to buy it, then please wait until the right time to sell the stock back. Dear investor, I have come to the end of AEON stock analysis and I hope it will help you to make the right decision.
Next, I want to present several technical trading by using various technical indicators for investment decision making. The stock that I want to explain today is Dialog Group Berhad, which is a leading integrated technical service provider to the oil, gas and petrochemical industry, upstream, midstream and downstream sector. With a market capitalization of approximately RM18 billion, Dialog was listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia on March 2021, and this company was included into the FBM KLCI in June 2018. As a technical analysis, let me convince you whether you should buy, sell or hold your position on 27 May 2022 in this stock. Based on the chart, the best signal for trader to buy this stock is when the price crosses over the moving average line from below to above. On the other hand, the best signal for trader to sell Dialog stock is when the price crosses over from above to below the moving average line. As in the latest date of Dialog stock, the buy signal has yet to appear. This is because the current price line is below the moving average line, that proven the trend is down. So, trader should be ready in a buying position until the price crosses over the moving average line. Next, let's use other indicator to complement the investment, which is moving average convergence divergence, or known as MACD. The signal of buying can be indicated as the MACD indicator has reached an oversold position where the blue line crosses over from below to above the red line. On the other hand, the signal of selling can be indicated as the MACD indicator has reached an overbought position where the blue line crosses over from above to below the red line. As in the latest date of a Dialog stock, the trader has advised to buy the stock at 27 May 2022 because the MACD indicator has reached an oversold position and still in bearish movement. Now, let's take a look at the rate of change, or known as ROC. When the ROC reached an oversold position at the negative zero line and showed that the momentum was waning, which can be a buying signal for trader. On the other hand, the ROC appeared to have reached an overbought position at the positive zero line and shows the momentum was increasing, which can be a signal to sell for trader. From the chart, you will notice the trend momentum continues trend in bearish movement as of 27 May 2022. So, I advise that the trader should use this as a buying opportunity. From the observation, the current stock price is uptrend momentum, which can be confirmed by the relative strength index, or known as RSI indicator. This is because the stock price currently increased above 30% between the line of RSI. For the interpretation, a buying signal can be seen as the RSI appeared to have reached an oversold position below 30%, and when the RSI appeared to have reached an overbought position above 70%, which can be a selling signal. In the recent uptrend of the stock performance, the stock price currently increased above 30% between the line of RSI. It indicates that there is no signal for buying and selling, and it is advised for the trader should wait until there is a signal for buying or selling. The last one, let's take a look at the stochastic. The stochastic indicator gives the strongest buying signal when it has reached an oversold position when the percent of the K line crosses from below to above the percent of the D line. And the best signals of selling can be indicated as the stochastic has reached an overbought position when the percent of the K line crosses over from above to below the percent of the D line. In the recent uptrends of the stock performance, the stock price currently increased above 20%. It indicates that there is no signal for buying, and trader should be ready in buying position due to oversold position.
Hi, my name is Siti Noraisha and I am your technical analyst for trading stock. So next, we're gonna look at the next counter, which is Alkorm stock. What is Alkorm represent for? Alkorm is stand for Aluminium Company of Malaysia Group Berhad, where it is a company that engage business with rolled aluminium. It is Malaysia's largest manufacturer and a prominent supplier of rolled aluminium products. Alkorm invests continuously in coating and manufacturing of technologies that enable to make the world as a brighter place. Now let's go to see the line chart of stock price that consists of 5 different technical indicators. The first indicator is a moving average. As we can see, the buying signal can be located when the momentum of stock price started to decline and the line of moving average is above the line of stock price. The closer the line of moving average to the chart of stock price, the stronger the signal of buying. Whereas the selling signal is contrast with the characteristic of buying signal because it can be created when the moving average line is below the line of stock price after the crossover of stock price and moving average lines. The best decision for investor to make for now is to hold the stock since there is no signal of buying on 27 May 2022. Then we move to the next indicator, which is moving average convergence divergence, or we call it as MACD. The MACD indicator consists of two lines, which is known as MACD and signal line. The buying signal of stock can be found when the MACD line intersect with the signal line below the oversold line from below to the above of signal line. This is the good signal of buying because it crosses below the oversold line. Next, the selling signal can be created when the line of MACD intersect above the overbought line from above to below of signal line. On 27 May 2022, investors need to hold off the stock from buying it because there is no signal of buying. The third indicator is rate of exchange, ROC, where the buying signal can be obtained when the movement of ROC line crosses below the oversold line, which gives a strong buying signal. Meanwhile, the selling signal can be found when the movement of ROC crosses above the overbought line, which gives a strong selling signal. Hence, it is advisable for investors to hold the stock then with the two other indicator, which is moving average and MACD indicator, because there is no signal of buying on 27 May 2022. Next, we are going to look at the fourth indicator, which is Relative Strength Index, RSI. RSI indicator have a range between 30% to 70%, and when the line of RSI fluctuate between those range, investors need to hold the stock. However, the buying signal can be found when the RSI value is at below the oversold value, which is below 30%. It is because the strong buying signal can be appears only when the line of RSI line crosses below the oversold line of 30%, while the strong selling signal can be obtained when the line of RSI line is crossing above the overbought line of 70%. Thus, investors are recommended to buy this stock because the RSI value is at 26.7%, which is below 30% on 27 May 2022. Now, we have come to the last indicator of this counter, which is stochastic. Stochastic have many characteristics to determine the signal of buying and selling. One of the characteristics to determine the buying signal is when the percent K and the percent D line crosses below the oversold line, which is below than 20%, and intersect to each other. And the strong selling signal can be obtained when the percent K line and percent D line is above the overbought line and it is intersect to each other. Thus, the signal on 27 May 2022 is showing that the buying signal appears because the value of K line and D line is below than 20%, which is good for investor to buy this stock. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Farhana binti Muhammad Izzat. Today I want to present about UOL Global Berhad. UOL Global Berhad was first registered on November 22, 2000. The company has listed on Bursa Malaysia in 2003. Over the past years, the firm has evolved and entered the food and beverage industry, which has provided new opportunities for growth and expansion. Moving average buying signal. The investor may choose purchase share of company stock in September 2021 and then wait until the upward trend. Selling signal, the moving average line cross over the price line on the graph in October 2021, which indicate there is optimal moment to sell the stock at that point. Decision, the signal of downtrend indicate started on December 2021 and continue until 27 May 2022. So from that point on, the investor was recommended to hold the price until the trend moving upward to sell the stock. Next, moving average convergence divergence MACD buying signal.
the MACD indicator has reached an oversold position where the blue line crossed over from below to above the red line. Selling signal, the MACD indicator has reached an overbought position where the blue line crossed over from the above to below the red line. So, from that, the decision on the 27 May 2022, the graph does not provide a signal that indicates it's time to buy or sell the stock. As a result, it recommended that investor wait for a buying signal in the upcoming period. Next, rate of change, ROC. Buying signal, there is no clear signal to buy or sell the stock. Selling signal, the signal to sell is present, but it's not strong enough due to the fact that the ROC line and the ROC MA line are intersecting and the price just slightly brushed the overbought line without crossing over it. So, the decision, investors should wait for buying signal because the ROC line are not crossing with ROC MA line on May 27. There's no indication the investor should buy equities at this time. Next, relative strength index, RSI, buying signal. The RSI appear to have reached an oversold position below 30%. And the selling signal, the RSI appear to have reached an overbought position above 70%. From that, the decision due to the relative strength in the RSI being at 20%, suggesting the lowest percentage to buy. This is the most fantastic decision to buy. Lastly, stochastic buying signal. The stochastic has reached an oversold position when percent of K line cross from the below to above the percent of D line. Selling signal. The stochastic has reached an overbought position when the percent of K line cross over from the above to below the percent of D line. So from that decision, investor should consider to purchase the stock on 27 May 2022.
Then watch for a signal to sell on subsequent day if they anticipate there will be a signal to sell in the near future. Thank you. As a conclusion, UOL Global Berhad was the best stock for trader who plans to hold a stock for only a few months in 1 year. This is due to the fact that the price momentum of the UOL Global Berhad company has shown to be a highly volatile. Therefore, it's allowing investors to actively buy and sell the stock in the hope of profiting and outperforming a benchmark or index. So that's all from us. Thank you.